Good evening. This is the agenda of the regular board meeting, Village of Burnham, Cook County, Illinois. Today is March 25th, 2025. At this time, I will ask for the clerk to call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Here.
Trustee Hodges?
Here.
Trustee Garcia? Here. Trustee Greer? Trustee Richardson?
Here.
Trustee Claybrook?
Here.
So motion passed. We have a quorum. So we stand with the pleasure of the meeting. Could you add, please put your name for the I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any corrections of the minutes of the board meeting held on March 11, 2025? Any correction to the minutes? If there are no corrections to the minutes for March 11, 2025, then I will ask for a motion to approve the minutes as they were.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of March 11, 2025.
So there's a motion on the floor by trustee Claybrook to approve the minutes of March 11. Could we have a second?
Second.
And a second by trustee Richardson. The clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Yes. Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
That motion passed. Thank you. The minutes are approved for March 11th. Before we ask the public to speak, if you would have anything to address to the board, if you would just kind of give us your name and your reason for addressing the board, then we'll hear from you. So please limit your comments to 3 minutes so we can move the meeting relatively along. I will ask for a motion to open the meeting to the public.
A motion to open the meeting to the public.
There's a motion on the floor to open the meeting to the public. Could we have a second? A second by trustee Garcia. Will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Yes. Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
All right, motion passed. Go ahead, Ms. Cosby.
My name is Jacqueline Cosby. I live in Burnham, 141st and Bensley. When I came out of my house the other day, it was 6 deers. And I seemed like I was gonna have a heart attack. That really scared me. That comes from the back of my block. You know, I'm at the dead end, like, and that's where they come from. It's over the tracks or whatever's back there. And they just came on down on the block.
Okay.
So can anything be done about that? Cause they scared me.
Well, the wildlife is something that is kind of a sensitive issue. I think it's safe to assume that the deer would probably be harmless. I would think. If anybody has anything different to add to that, then you're welcome to give your input. But I do not think that the deer would.
They're not gonna bother.
I would think not. Would that be the opinion of everyone that's here?
You don't hit them with your car?
If you hit them with your car, then that's a different story.
They're protected too, Mayor.
Yeah.
We need an animal
control. Run away. I see, I'm not city.
We need an animal control.
Go ahead, Ms. Ross.
No, I was just
Okay.
gonna, tell Ms. Cosby to ask the mayor, could there be any kind of fence put up?
A fence in the back, where they coming from.
Do they have deer repellent panels?
We will have to take a look at that, because I think that is railroad property.
They jump really high too. They jump 6-foot fence like nothing.
Plus, they'll
But
lead
we'll
through
look
the
at it.
fence.
Okay, Mayor, thank
They'll
you.
lead through the fence too, because we have them behind ours, and they've already made holes every so many feet, there's holes that they've gone through. Shoot through.
Yeah, they jump the fence at the golf course like nothing.
Excuse me, what did you say, trustee Garcia?
I said that they'll lead through the fence, even if you put a fence up, because we have a fence behind ours, and they've already made holes through it.
What, to come under the fence?
Yeah,
Or to come through the
or
fence.
through it, because then they eat it, and then you'll start seeing a big hole.
I don't see how the deer can do that.
Why?
They're eating through wire fences.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you might need to move.
Okay. Okay, are there any other public comments?
Can I speak then? I was just waiting, okay, I didn't want to interrupt. I'm John Hyduk. My first point is concerning real estate taxes. Last meeting, Mr. Polk, you told us that you can't raise our taxes, only the county can. You made a point of that, okay? Well, I'm thinking back to December of last year, you had the board raise our taxes by 5%. So you raise the tax by 5%, so that doesn't make any sense. Can you or can't you? My next point is on term limits. A lot of people I talked to in the past couple of months think that Polk's and Cap's terms are up. They were kind of mad at you guys and they thought they were up. And I said, fact is, 2019, the term limits were approved by the voting public by 90% of the voters. What people don't know, Mr. Polk wrote the definition of term limits as 3 4-year terms, not 2 4-year terms. Not only that, Mr. Polk's previous 20 years of serving in office don't count. John Cap's previous 20 plus years of service don't count. Chavez's 16 or so years serving, they all don't count. So they started from scratch even though the term limits passed. The only real way to limit their terms, vote them out like everybody else. Now, concerning the audits, I see the 2022 audit is supposed to be on, it's on the agenda tonight. I see it's been filed with the state. Is that even legal? It was never presented to the board. I've come to the last several meetings. I've been asking for this for 3 years. It's never been presented to the board. Is it legal, Mr. Pogoric? Maybe you have an answer for me tonight. And I hope the auditor brought the 2024 audit with him at all as well, because that way we'll be up to date. The last meeting, different point, Clerk Chavez told me that who I talked to when I called the auditor back in October. From what I understand, the audit has nothing to do with the clerk. So why did the clerk even say anything to me about the audit? I'm thinking it's because Polk told her to. Truth be told, about me calling the auditor, you never tell us anything, so I looked up the audit, who audited Burnham in 2021. I didn't even know if they were still doing our audits. The person who answered the phone forwarded the call to an accountant. I asked them, what's holding up the Burnham 2022 audit? That's all the person told me. We're waiting on the pension fund for the police for Burnham. So they're waiting on you guys. You've been telling us for the last how many years that you're waiting on the accountant.
Okay.
No, the accountant didn't do anything wrong. Neither did I. Normally, the auditor should have been fired a year or two ago for being so slow coming to us with the audit. It's our money. I would feel we have a right to know. But they were doing exactly what you told them to do, Mr. Polk. That's a real shame. That's what it comes down to. Is my time up yet? Polk wants to know. There you go.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your comment.
It's the first time you smiled in months.
Are there any other comments? Are there any other public comments? I will ask for a motion to close the meeting to the public. Once we close the meeting to the public, then the public is done speaking. Okay?
I make a motion to close the meeting to the public.
A motion on the floor by trustee Richardson.
You don't like
Close the meeting to the public. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
A second by trustee Hodges. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passed. Meeting is now closed to the public. As far as the taxes go, the 5% is the portion that kind of funds the police pension, which has been kind of consistent through the years. And so I think the taxes are probably to the point now that we will not have to, raise that levy amount in December. So we probably won't be able to freeze that. I think that would be, that we probably could do that. And another thing, as far as the taxes go, in my opinion, it would be asinine, for myself and this board, to arbitrarily just raise people's taxes. When we live in the same town, then we have to pay the same taxes that everyone else pays.
Hope he's coming back.
We want, we want to keep as much money, you know, for our own discretionary purposes as possible. I mean, so, I mean, that just really doesn't make any sense. And
Exactly.
as far as the auditor report goes, if the village was really hiding something, and as you say, what it has been said, I mean, that the mayor told a person to do this, the mayor told a person to do that. Well, I mean, if that had been the case, I mean, if that had been the case, do you think I would allow this, this audit to be on the agenda for tonight? I mean, if we was really hiding it, I mean, why would I allow it?
It's 3 years
I
old.
mean, it doesn't matter to 10
It's
years.
3 years old.
Oh, no, you done.
I know, I'm having fun.
Okay. Well, I almost said something, okay. All right, with that being said,
Can we add a few things to that?
yeah.
So, normally when we raise the levy 5%, it comes out to maybe raise your taxes like 20 to 30, 40, 50 bucks.
Right.
It's less than $100 in a normal year. But because the county went crazy, the assessor's office, then they more than doubled our taxes. We actually only received about 81% of the money we asked for in the levy too. So 19% of the taxes aren't paid. So we do increase the deficit by 5%, but that's to cover all the expenses that have gone up, including insurance, salaries, contracts, the cost of fuel, and it's normally, you wouldn't even notice the increase.
Comp, you know.
Yeah, but this year, because of the assessor's office made the big old decision to charge the residents for all the taxes and give the commercial businesses a break, things went crazy. But we don't have the capability of raising the taxes any higher than 5%. That's as high as we could possibly go legally anyway. So that's about it.
Okay, thank you, trustee Cap.
How high would you have gone?
5 is high.
I know, but how high would you have gone?
No, there's no more public comment. No. Okay, public education.
The attorney took off, he didn't want to answer me.
Trustee Camilla, would you say?
Burnham Fire and Medical
I'm
Report.
sorry. I
Oh,
skipped
loose.
the clerk. I skipped
Yeah.
He's shaking.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sorry about that.
Just a reminder, early voting is continuing, at the Calumet City Library. This week, Monday through Friday, the hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday, 10 to 4 p.m. And the last day before the election on the 31st is 9 to 7 p.m. at the Calumet City Library. And of course, on Tuesday, April 1st is the general election. And that's all I have.
Thank you, clerk. Now, we'll go to public education, health, and welfare.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Burnham's Fire and Medical Report for February 2025. Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action to approve or not approve on the request of Officer Castellanos Gilios to transition from a full-time police officer to a part-time police officer.
Okay, so this is Officer Dino, that was his nickname, so he has resigned already, but he's gonna be coming back doing some part-time work, so he has resigned as a full-timer, and we're gonna bring him back as a part-timer, that he can fill some open shifts, when we need it.
So I make a motion to approve the request of Officer Castellino Gilias to transition from a full-time police officer to a part-time police officer.
Mr. Trustee Richardson has made the motion, could we have a second on behind the police officer at part-time?
Seconded.
Second by Trustee Claybrook.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee, Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
That motion passed, thank you.
So the Burnham Fire and Medical Report for February 2025, there were 10 fire calls, 3 of them were day calls, and 7 of them were night calls. We had 54 ambulance calls, 27 of them were day calls, and 27, we had 27 night calls as well. That's it.
Okay, thank you, trustee Richardson, for that report and that information, Public Works and Building, trustee Claybrook.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The Public Works Department, put out the street sweeper signs today on, 140th and Manistee, 140th block of Marquette, and 140th block of, Saginaw. The street sweeper, it'll be in service on Wednesday, March 26th, tomorrow, and Thursday, March 27th. Also a reminder, to the residents, if you see any potholes on your block, still, call Village Hall and, voice your complaint and give your, street address, and we'll get out there and take care of it. And also, I just wanted to say the Public Works Department, does a great job at, keeping our village clean. We do have a clean village, right?
Always,
You don't see
always.
paper and broken bottles and glass around. And, if we could all just play a part in it and keep our village clean. Also, National Public Works Week this year, 2025, will be held, May 18th to the 24th. And, usually we do something special for the guys on, during that week. So, Trustee Jeff, last year we had a good time. Mayor Pope spoke to the students, Trustee Jeff, basically all the trustees, Trustee Richardson and Greer, did arts and crafts and, gave a brief description of how public works, machinery works. Seemed like the children, the 8th graders, right? Seemed like they really enjoyed it, so maybe this year we'll, see what we could do, maybe collaborate, do the same thing. And also we were out, the Public Works Department was out grading the alleys today, and, that's all I have.
Thank you, trustee Claybrook, for that report and your information. Ordinance, resolution, and planning, trustee Garcia.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Discussion of consideration of and taking action to approve or not approve ordinance number 2025-R-002, Public Water Supply Loan Program, water loan number L17-6984, an ordinance authorizing loan agreement between the Village of Burnham, Cook County, State of Illinois, to borrow funds from the Public Water Supply Loan Program.
Okay, so, I'll ask for you to make the motion in a minute, and I'll ask for a second to approve it. So, I asked the engineer to come here this evening, so I could further explain this a little bit, because if you actually read through the language, it is a grant. If you read through the language, you would swear that if we would have to pay it back, well, that's what it says. So, he can give you some further details and explain exactly what that means. So even though it says we have to pay it back out of the water fund, we actually do not. And it's a $3 million grant. And at this time, I will let Harold take the question.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. So we applied for this, grant about a year ago or so. It has been approved. The village has been approved for $3.2 million in funds. It is a forgivable loan. The funds will be used to replace lead service lines in the Village of Burnham. The proper term to use is a forgivable loan. So the village will not have to pay the loan back. However, all the administrative work has to be done as if the village was applying for a loan. So all the paperwork, there's a loan application that needs to be completed. This is how the IEPA, the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, is going to be tracking the loan. However, once the project has been completed successfully, the village will be doing, Robinson Engineering will be submitting payment requests on behalf of the village to IEPA to cover the cost for the construction and all the design of the project. So the village will not be paying for this out of pocket, and the village will not have to pay any sort of loan back to the IEPA.
And we was, and I think you had projected that we would be able to do about 300 homes.
Yes.
And now the bid came back about 600,000 more than.
Yeah, correct.
There was only one bid on the project, so.
That is correct.
Why we cut back. Okay. I think that's more than. I think. Go ahead, trustee Garcia.
So I make a motion to approve ordinance number 2025-R-002, Public Water Supply Loan Program, water loan number L17-6984, an ordinance authorizing loan agreement between the Village of Burnham, Cook County, State of Illinois, to borrow funds from the Public Water Loan Supply, Public Water Supply Loan Program.
Okay, so trustee Garcia has made a motion to approve this supply loan for the water department. So could we have a second, please?
Second.
Second for trustee Richardson, will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap,
Yes.
trustee Hodges,
Yes.
trustee Garcia,
Yes.
trustee Richardson.
Yes.
Trustee, go ahead, Rex.
Yes.
All right, motion passed. Proceed, trustee Garcia.
Discussion of consideration of and taking action to approve or not approve a new business, La Michoacana Dulce Capricho, will be located at 14522 Torrance Avenue.
Okay, so will you just stand and just explain to us?
Hi, my name is Laura Esquives. So we are here for the open the new business. So I don't know what.
It's gonna be an ice cream shop.
Yeah, ice cream shop. Yeah, and fruit, yogurt, everything. Everything is nice. Yeah.
Would this be frozen ice cream or would it be swirl?
Yes. It's artisanal ice cream. We make every day swirl.
We both good.
Swirl.
You both?
No.
Hand that.
Okay, right.
Hand that.
Stan has a question.
That's all.
Where are the free samples?
Yeah, you're right. Next time.
Okay.
What's the name
Go
of the
ahead,
shop?
another question.
For me,
What's the name of the shop and when do you anticipate on opening?
maybe in 3 weeks. Yeah, the name is Dulce Capricho.
Oh, okay.
Sweet dessert, something like that.
What's the name of it?
For me,
What's the name of it?
it's La Michoacana Dulce Capricho.
Oh, yeah.
Ice cream.
It's an ice cream shop.
Ice cream shop.
Okay, then, well, can we welcome the business into town?
Thank you.
That mall there was built a few months ago around Thanksgiving, without Thanksgiving, so it's moving along.
Thank you, appreciate it.
What are gonna be the hours?
For me,
The hours, las horas?
it's the 11 a.m. 9 p.m.
To 9?
No, 11 a.m. 9 p.m.
Thank you.
7 days a week.
Any other questions? That's all you can ask me.
For me?
Ms. Ross? Ms.
For
Ross?
me? I can hear you.
Any
That's all you can
brochures?
ask
Yes.
me.
You got any brochures for it?
We're gonna close the meeting. That's it. You can ask after me. Thank you.
We gotta approve.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
That's
make a, so make a,
Thank you.
That's it.
so make a motion to approve the new business, La Michoacana Dulce Capricho, which will be located at 14522 Torrance Avenue.
Can I have the motion on the floor by trustee Garcia to approve the business coming in the bottom? Could we have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Second by trustee Cap, with the clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap,
Yes.
trustee Hodges, trustee Garcia,
Yes.
trustee Richardson.
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook.
Yes.
Motion passed. Do you have anything, Mr. Garcia? Finance trustee Cap.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Discussion, consideration, and taking action on authorizing the payment of this month's bills. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the payment of this month's bills.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor by trustee Cap to approve the bill for this month. Can we have a second?
Second.
He second by trustee Harvey. Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap,
Yes.
trustee Hodges.
Yes.
Trustee Garcia, trustee Richardson.
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook.
Yes.
A motion passed. Proceed, trustee Cap.
Louderback and Amen LLP, the Village of Burnham's current auditing company, has provided the president and board of trustees of the Village of Burnham audit report for the fiscal year ending 2022 and filed the fiscal year ending 2022 audit with the state of Illinois. That's just the state. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the Village of Burnham's audit report for the fiscal year ending 2022. I think we have a typo there, loose on our document.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
by Lauterbach and Amen LLP. So make sure everybody makes a change on their document that that date was wrong.
No.
This is the 2022 audit.
No, it should have been the engagement letter
Oh, it's
for
not written that
23.
way though.
So then can you,
You want me to?
so
approve?
I'll correct it for the 22 for the audit, for the fiscal year that you're approving,
Yeah,
and then you need to make a motion for the engagement, letter for 23,
okay.
please.
Okay, so I made a motion to approve the 2022 audit.
Second.
In a second, so clerk call the roll, then we'll do the other one.
Trustee Cap,
Yes,
trustee Hodges,
Yes.
trustee Garcia, yes, trustee Richardson,
Yes.
trustee Claybrook.
Yes.
All right, motion passed, proceed, trustee Cap.
okay, so I'm gonna make a motion to approve the Village of Burnham's request with Lauterbach and Amen LLP to prepare our 2023 audit report. That's called an engagement letter.
Correct.
And we provided the engagement letter to the auditing company, so I'd like to make a motion that we approve the engagement letter that we provided to continue on with our 2023 audit report.
Okay, so that was a motion approved by trustee Cap, for the engagement letter, so could we have a second, please?
Second.
Second by trustee Richard, will clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap,
Yes,
trustee Hodges,
Yes.
trustee Garcia,
Yes.
trustee Richardson,
Yes.
trustee Claybrook.
Yes.
Motion passed, proceed, trustee Cap.
okay, so based on the most current audit, we have a motion to approve the following policies: an investment policy, capital asset policy, and capital asset appraisal, and outstanding check write-off policy. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve these 4 policies. Yeah. No, it's
Second.
really 3. No, it's 4 policies, I was correct.
There's a motion
Oh, it's
approved by,
three.
okay, there was a motion approved by trustee Cap to approve these various policies, and the second by trustee Claybrook, will the clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap,
Yes,
trustee Hodges,
Yes.
trustee Garcia,
Yes.
trustee Richardson,
Yes.
trustee Claybrook.
Yes.
Motion passed, thank you. Do you have anything else, trustee Cap?
no, that's it.
Okay, public utilities, trustee Richardson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Last Saturday, Cedar was out at the community center. We saw about 18 people. So, we will be scheduling dates for April, May, and June. Look for your, April water bills. It'll be in the water bill. So you can still let your neighbors know that, CETA is still coming to assist those that need help with the utilities.
What's the?
We don't have a date for April, that's why I said, check the water bill, the newsletter.
Yeah, trustee Richardson.
Mhm.
Thank you, trustee Richardson. Park and Recreation, trustee Hodges.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I just want to reiterate, we got East Egg Hunt coming up April 19th. And I want to continue to let you guys know that Calumet Memorial Park District officials will be there. And so if you want to make your voice heard, you want some things, you want some improvements, the director, he will be there. So maybe have a respectful conversation with him, and we're going to have a good time that day. Also, again, I want to talk about the Spring Craft Fair of the AMVETS, Post 43, off of 132 Torrance Avenue. They're having the craft fair this Sunday. It's free admission from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And one thing we're doing this year, we've been partnering up with them to do work on our Burnham Memorial site for the first time. And that's one thing we've been doing a lot more of this last 4 years. And this the last year in general, we've been partnering with different entities around Burnham to make things a little more better. So go there and support them. And that way we'll be able to learn even more about what we've got going on with the Burnham Memorial site. And I'm really proud of that work we're doing over there. And that's what I got so far. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, trustee Hodges, for your report and that information. Do we have any presentation of petitions? Do we have any communication, memorial, investment? I will ask for a moment of silence. A young lady, was found deceased a couple of weeks ago over in 144th and Calhoun, so, 32 years old. Okay, thank you. Do we have any unfinished business? Do we have any new business?
Oh, I do wanna mention one more last thing, it should have part of my report. But, they do have, the Brooklyn County Water Park District, like a monthly letter we got up there. You have access to that too. And they also want to see, if you're interested, if you want their email, they email you the newsletter too. So you come see me, I'll give you the email and the phone number, and you can also keep up to date what's going on with the park district, okay?
Mr. Jeff,
What's up?
what the Easter egg hunt, what's the hours, when does it
12
start?
o'clock.
12 o'clock?
12 o'clock. Mhm. Try to get there on time, we try to start on time. There's gonna be plenty of candy there, plenty of stuff. Everybody will get something.
Thank you. Okay, I have one other thing for you. Okay, well, thank you very much.
All right.
That's for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
The motion on the floor by trustee Claybrook, do we have a second?
I second it.
Will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion adjourned, thank you for coming. Chicago.